Hello everyone, it is your host Bacteria, and we're here today with an interesting episode. This is my, or I should say my friend's, Minecraft Realms server thing. So today we're going to give you a brief history, and then I'm going to do like a brief tour of like the main general area. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead. I'm going to go to my favorite place on the server to set the mood, and it can also start off as a good section of our tour because, well, it's a pretty dang cool place if I do say so. The day was dark. A young man, his gamer tag being Soarin with some numbers, but I won't give it out because even though I am small YouTuber, I don't want the guy to like be harassed or anything. Basically, a young man started a Minecraft server, but it wasn't really a server, no. He just invited his friends to play on his world occasionally. Friends came on whenever he was on, but whenever he had to go, they had to go. You see, these were the dark times, before he had money. Or should I say, before anyone could, like, pay for him. Because, like, he's not always the one paying. Point being, they were dark times. Only, like, 3 people remember this time. Him, his friend, who actually has been in one of my videos before, he is Tom, and me. Only we truly remember those times. Everyone else, they may have experienced it, but they were not born into it, they were adopted by it. A glimmer of hope. Finally, we got an actual Realms server. So then, we could actually play whenever we needed. We didn't have to wait for him. We could play anytime, anywhere, well, that had Wi-Fi, as we soon learned. Finally, we started putting in hours of grinding. And eventually, we became rather rich. I mean, this is literally just a room devoted to me being rich and stuff. I call it the vault. Keeps like all my stuff, and I pretend to be rich. I know I don't seem like a Lemanberg guy, but like I kind of like the color of the flags. They're pretty cool. But anyways, then we started inviting new people to the server, and stuff got done. We had a festival for Ra, the Egyptian sun god. Then we invited a guy onto the server who stole a bunch of things. We had a bunch of theft sprees that we had to take a guy to Minecraft court over. Yes, we have laws. But before any of that, we established countries. It was the one who established those countries, and I won't say I would not do it again, but like it was poorly executed. But that's pretty much the history. Like there's a lot more detail I could go into, like a lot more. But if I did that, we would be here like all day, and quite honestly, this is a tour, not a history. Maybe I'll do a history video separately. But let us continue with the tour. We will start with my vault, because why not? Alright, so this is my vault. It has a nice piston door, and I'm not going to open it right now because, well, let's just say that would show more or less where it is, and it's kind of secret. Some people know where it is, some people don't. I've got a chainmail set that I'm working on maxing. Right now, it's just working there, and I kind of like those boots because they're soul speed, and they're my only soul speed boots. That right there is an invisibility potion because, well, reasons, because I don't want to be seen in here. That's my fancy suit, and then I've got chests full of, items. This is my attacking chest, like my weapons. This is my best of the best chest. I'm kind of short on diamonds right now. This is like my miscellaneous chest. It's got just, a little bit of everything. My potions and some of my books. I don't keep all of my books in here, just like the best of the best. And this is just sentimental stuff. And then, the rest of my valuables I keep in my e-chest. This is where I keep my, like, valuable blocks. Then I've got, like, an extra chest plate. This is my old chest plate. This is my current chest plate that I named Beskar because why not? And then we go down here. There is an auto chicken farm, which used to be lava, but then I realized, oh wait, the chicken is burning in the lava. But it's an auto chicken farm. I didn't make this design. I looked it up off of YouTube. I think it was the first one that came up, so. Now this is eventually going to be an auto fish farm because I've been getting into AFK fishing and I've gotten super rich off the back of it, but I haven't gone anywhere with that. You've probably seen these before. This is a closet, basically. Boom. And this is my elytra suit that I'm going to work on. I'm going to like add feather falling and all that sort of stuff. But I am not done with this, not by a long shot. And this is my netherite mining set. Technically, this is actually another guy's set. These boots are mine. But this is actually another guy's set, but he was the guy who just stole from everyone. So I have temporarily been able to claim possession of his armor. Then, over here, we have an item waterfall, which I'll go ahead and turn on. So let's go ahead and just see it real quick so you can see that it actually works. I didn't make the idea, I just, I didn't look up the tutorial. I actually did it myself, but, you know, I had seen the tutorial before, so I took inspiration from others. Next, in the last part of the vault, we have an auto sugarcane farm because people have been saying for like months that, hey, we need an auto sugarcane farm, but no one has built it, so I decided to finally build it. Let us continue with our tour somewhere else. This is my own home. It's a small little castle that I made. You know, it was my first structure I built on the server, and I'm quite proud of what it is. You know, it took a long time to build because I didn't have Silk Touch. Did anyone else, actually. But, you know, I had to smelt all the cobblestone for this, and I'm quite proud of what it has become. And then, my second build, right there, is that shop. I also didn't build that. I took inspiration, a lot of inspiration, I must say, from another tutorial. In fact, you know what? I'll link it down in the description below because I kind of feel bad not doing that. But it's a very good video. Check it out. I mean, it's just a very good shop. Like, look at that. The interior and the sides are a bit different from the tutorial. I modified it just a little, but it's more or less the same thing. My friend Tom's black market shop right behind me. And then I built a little well, and then there's a tent right there. That tent is actually my tent. It used to be a storage area. And then behind my shop, I got some, you know, animals. And then, of course, we have that obsidian box. And let's go ahead and just take a look at that instead of just telling you what it is. This is my pet sheep Jeb, given to me by the owner of the SMP because I have had, what, 2 sheep on this server? Both of them have died. Now this is like my small farm. Now I have larger farms, but this is like my small little farm. You know, this is where I keep some of my sheep, some of my, you know, one of my cows, and then Crack Skellington. I should say he's Crack Skellington Jr. because the original one died, which is unfortunate. But that is Capitalist Square, is what I call it. You know, the server used to be communism, but I added, like, little shops, and it's quite nice. Now, this is the public district. This is where all the public affairs go on. This is a courthouse. A guy griefed it. We need to actually take him to court for that. This is the highway area. You know, I'm still working on it a little, but this is the highway, like, repair group. And this is the detective agency, or more effectively, I should say, the law enforcement agency. It's all like black and white. I even made a black and white skin for it, but it appears somebody has stolen my stuff in here. Yeah, somebody literally stole my casebook. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to find somebody for that, but you know what? That's okay. Let's move on to the house that I built for a friend that was absolutely horrendous, and that, quite honestly, I should be getting paid more for. Here we are at his castle, not far from everything else, but it's on a mountaintop, so he believes it's safe. It's really not. It's not even finished yet. He didn't want me to do the interior, so it was a lot cheaper for him, but that's not important. Alright, so this is, you know, my friend's house. He's the guy who's stolen from everyone, and it's a replica of Kilkenny Castle. Which he is quite attached to. He really likes the design. And I made a replica, but then he's like, no, I want it to look like this, no, I want it to look like this, and gosh, it kept happening, and at this point, he hasn't paid his loan, so it's for sale, because he defaulted, so quite honestly, I'm tired of this whole mess. There's nothing interesting yet because the man doesn't know how to interior decorate. Heck, zombies are literally spawning in here because he's bad at this. But, you know, this is pretty much his house, and we kept him under house arrest once here because, well, the guy just keeps stealing from us. Let's continue. This is the Tower of Stonks. Not much has happened here yet, so I'm not going to really go into that, but eventually it's going to be like a stock market. This is a skyscraper. It's not finished. It's for my brother that I built. You know, he's paying me. Not much has happened there. This is a flight club that I have made. It's basically for people with elytra, and it's not quite finished yet, but it's getting there. Like, I've just got to add some furnishing, and then I made a ring. You know, that's a mob grinder. None of these are super historically important. This is going to be a post office right here, but I've got to figure out the mail system because I'm a bad person. And then it has, you know, like a chandelier. I'm not sure if this is too much or too little, but yeah. This is another house. This has been bought. It was the first house that was actually sold on the server, and probably the last. But yeah, it's nothing too interesting. We'll just go inside briefly. Nothing, like, insane. There's a basement in there, and it's kind of creepy, not gonna lie, but we're gonna move on from that. Headed back towards my castle real quick before we move on to the more or less end of the tour. We have my brother's house. I don't entirely want to go in here, but I have to. He has dogs that are always watching me. He used to have like 30. This is a pretty boring house, and it shows that, you know, his building skills are not amazing, but, you know, he kind of tried. And I'm not going in his basement. He keeps weird stuff in his basement. Now we're headed off back towards the interesting district. The bee dome, and there's a chicken farm under there, but it's nothing too interesting. It's just chickens. This is the Auto XP farm. My gosh, I love this thing. You guys have heard of mob grinders, of course, but this thing is so much better for XP. Like, literally, it will repair your tools in, like, seconds. It's insane. Right now, it is, currently being fixed because, somebody may or may not have broke it. That doesn't really matter. It's just been broken. This is the Palace of Pain, this netherrack structure, and it's made by my friend Tom because, for whatever reasons, he likes pain. It's the most terrible structure on the server, and I don't entirely want to go into it, but I kind of have to, so let's go ahead and go in. This is the main starting area, and then down here, I hate this. This is so bad. Somebody's living in his basement, so that's nice. This is the exit, the second exit, I should say. I hate this so much. This is where, like, his actual stuff is. We'll just go to... He only really has one room down here right now, and that is the document room. Well, I guess he does have a storage room. Document storage. This is his storage room. I won't look in all his chests because, you know, privacy reasons. This is apparently his furnace room. This looks rather new to me, actually. I've never been here. But now we will move on to something a little less painful. So, yeah. Moving on from the Palace of Pain, we've got the Valley of E. And it's the first holy site on the server. We'll go ahead and give you an aerial view real quick. And here's the ground view. That E takes up a chunk. It has been griefed a few times, but it is a holy site, so if you grief it, you get wrecked. And this is a sheep farm, nothing interesting there. But now on to, like, the final part of the tour that's, well, it's historically significant. This house, this is where I started, this is where everyone started, this is where my friend Tom still lives. They're also, their nation is known as the Disc Keepers, so they have a lot of discs. They really like them. You know, they're pretty loaded. This is their enchanting room. It's quite nice. I've done a lot of enchanting in here. And then this is their basement, but again, I don't want to go into their basement for privacy reasons. But that's pretty much the tour, guys. Let me know what you guys thought. I might do a second part just dedicated to, like, the history of this server, because goodness knows there's a lot of that. Like, I just gave you guys, like, the maybe 5% of our history, but I have, like, an actual whole book just dedicated to just recording history. So if you guys would like to see that, you know, let me know. Everyone else, while you're watching the video, go look down in the comments, comment if you would like, and make sure that, you know, my video is somewhat factually correct. I like to think that I'm somewhat decent at that. But I will see you guys next time. Press all the good buttons. Please don't press the bad buttons. I would appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.